Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we're checking out the launch trailer for Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. Mob Entertainment kindly provided me with a copy of this trailer ahead of release, so I could drop a reaction and breakdown video the moment it went live. So massive shout out to the team over at Mob. In this video I'll be sharing my live reaction to watching the trailer for the very first time, and then afterwards join me for a deep dive as we break down everything there is to see. So sit back, relax, and let's experience the trailer together for the very first time. Alright, here we go. Mob Entertainment. Show us what you got. Oh, got a slide. Some children in the beds. I hope they're not dead. There they are. We can't see their faces though. Some information. I'll need to pause this and read it later, guys. I don't know what that was.
Play Care, our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse.
Is this Elliot Ludwig?
A place to belong.
Man, these environments look really cool. What the heck? Is that in-game or is that like a video? There's one of the smiling critters.
Now look at it.
What's that? Oh, look, it's a flare gun, guys. What the heck?
Every flickering light is a hiding spot. And when you're at your most vulnerable,
You jumping?
he'll kill you.
Catnap? Oh my god, that's creepy. He's slinking about. Look, we got new puzzles?
Here is his church, his hunting ground, whatever he wants it to be.
We got a gas mask on
I
there.
know what happened.
A little toy car.
This is your answer.
The Hour of Joy. We're gonna find out what the Hour of Joy actually was. Oh my god, do you see Catnap there? What the heck is that? New jumping mechanic there. Underground areas. Oh, what the heck? Was that Dog Day? Kissy? Kissy's friendly? Oh my god, what the heck is that? What was that? Was that Huggy?
All that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors.
I just saw my guy. What the heck?
Smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic.
I don't like those screens. Wait, that's Catnap, isn't it? Oh my god.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Catnap looks insane, man. Imagine that thing chasing you around. Were those screams coming from Catnap? Chapter 3, there we go. Holy crap. And we got the release date, guys. January 30th. It's coming out so soon. Wow. That's crazy. Guys, that trailer was insane. Like, that Huggy, like, was the most insane part, I think. Seeing him chasing us. I don't know if that's meant to be, like, his resurrected form, or if that's, like, a hallucination or something from, like, all the smoke around us. What I'm gonna do, guys, because that trailer looked amazing, but I'm gonna go straight to my breakdown. I'll have written up the breakdown and gone through the trailer, like, shot by shot, because I have had this early. So I'll throw over to that now, because I know you're probably waiting for my, like, thoughts on this and taking a detailed look at everything. But just my initial reaction is that trailer looks absolutely wild. We got to see Catnap for the first time. I'm gonna have to listen to all the dialogue properly, and I will play that for you separately in the breakdown part, because I was kind of talking a bit over it. But yeah, like, first impressions on that, really good. Like, the production value is off the charts. It looks really scary as well. Yeah, just looks amazing. Let's go to the breakdown, guys. Let's analyze this trailer, go through it shot by shot, listen to all the audio, and really just get a sense for what Chapter 3 is going to be about. The trailer begins with Hans, presumably belonging to a Playtime Co-employee, placing a series of slides on a projector. The content of these slides is sinister to say the least. The first shows us a group of Playtime Co-workers in hazmat suits and gas masks, standing over beds containing the bodies of children. The faces of these children have been redacted by pen scratches, so it's impossible to tell if they are dead or alive. Curiously, there seem to be around 12 children here, and this is the same number of children listed on the ARG documents we covered in a previous video, selected as potential candidates for the Bigger Bodies initiative. This initiative was of course the process of using children to bring to life mascots like Mommy Longlegs, Huggy Wuggy, and most recently, Catnap. The next slide shows us 4 kids standing beside a wall. Again, their faces have been redacted. Could these be the kids trapped inside the mascots we'll be encountering during the events of Chapter 3? Slide number 3 contains a page from the previously mentioned ARG. This document details experiment 1188, which we have speculated to be catnap. While heavily redacted, it is possible to learn a little about the process of how a child experiment is placed inside one of these living mascots. The brain and nervous system removed from the spinal cord and transferred into a bigger body, therefore preserving the consciousness and feelings of the human now trapped within. A photograph of the child is clipped to the top of this document. Based on previous evidence from our ARG investigation series, I believe this to be a photograph of Theodore Gramble, taken before his horrific accident sustained while trying to escape the facility with the prototype. Theodore then became the child successfully transferred into the body of Catnap, bringing him to life. This theory is seemingly confirmed, as after the third image, the light on the projector shuts off and reveals the silhouette of Catnap on the wall behind. We then transition into an environmental shot of the Playcare, our destination for Chapter 3, first hinted at during the final moments of Chapter 2 as the player catches a glimpse of the sign in the wake of the train crash. We can see that the Playcare is a vast environment, with many different areas leading off from its central hub. At a glance, there is a park, town hall, a toy store, a home for the orphans to sleep in by night, a schoolhouse building, and a big top tent. It seems these will be some of the environments we will be exploring as we navigate the haunting grounds of the Playcare. A later shot provides additional information on each of these locations, confirming the orphanage is called Home Sweet Home. In the centre of the hub we see a series of stone statues based on the various smiling critter designs, a precursor to their presence throughout this new episode. On close inspection we can see that the Playcare is completely artificial in its design, manufactured to trick the orphans under Playtime's care into a false sense of security and to provide the things a child in the outside world would have access to. However, it's all fake. From the trees to the bushes to the bright sky and the clouds up high, everything is part of a grand illusion. We see this by the enormous tear that runs upside the skybox in the background, revealing observational catwalks and construction railings beyond. Following the aerial shot of the environment are several closer looks at the aforementioned buildings and grounds. These shots are accompanied by a voiceover from a person I presume to be none other than Playtime co-founder, the late Elliot Ludwig. He had created the Playcare to be a home for orphan children, adopted by Playtime co-employees as part of the Adoptive Care Initiative, a program used for nefarious purposes by Elliot's predecessors following his death. Elliot always wished to make the world a better place for all children, especially those who came from underprivileged backgrounds and needed a helping hand in life. As we listen to his dialogue here, we can hear Elliot's hopes and dreams for this ill-fated venture.
Playcare, our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong.
After Elliot's speech, we are shown grainy VHS-style footage of the player trapped within the playhouse. They navigate a maze-like environment, built from building blocks as red smoke begins to engulf their surroundings. This distorted VHS effect may be caused by the hallucinogenic effects of the red smoke, which we know was used on the orphan children to put them to sleep by night, and is also the reason behind the chapter's title, Deep Sleep. We also know this smoke caused children to experience nightmarish visions, again from information garnered from the ARG, as well as this TV news report in a previous teaser trailer. It seems the smoke accidentally went into mass market production with the release of a catnap toy, before quickly being pulled from store shelves.
Seems innocent enough. However, parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares, and beside them, their little, grinning catnap doll.
Later on in the trailer, we see a shot of Poppy Playtime and Kissy Missy, who it seems is indeed friendly and along with Poppy will be aiding us in our quest. They seem to be standing outside the Home Sweet Home orphanage. However, the time of day has changed from day to night. This suggests that the background was used to simulate both a day and night cycle. Again, this would have been used to give the children a sense of time passing in a natural way, so they would know when to wake up and when to go to bed. Next, we are shown the smouldering wreckage of a train we crashed in during the climax of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. Luckily, our protagonist has managed to pull themselves free before it went up in flames. Now, with no way back, the only way is forward and into the depths of Catnap's domain within the playcare. Later on in the trailer, we see a series of shots which seem to take place deeper into the depths of the facility, in a factory-like setting where the red smoke was produced. In fact, this shot here shows our character deep within the depths of the factory, in an office building consumed by red smoke. Through the eye holes of the gas mask, we see the names of various employees on these doors, one of which reads, Head of Gas Production, Nate Carpenter. This factory seems to be built in a network of underground caves, and the excavation and construction of this subterranean facility was previously mentioned in a note between Playtime's Eddie Ritterman and contract company Warrenbach. Throughout this new trailer, we are shown a variety of new mascot enemies, most of whom derive from the Smiling Critter designs. The first of these is a statue-like version of Bobby Bearhug, who it seems we must keep a watchful eye on as we navigate through the orphanage. Could this hint at a Weeping Angel type mechanic, where Bobby only moves if we look away from her position? Next, we see a shot where our character collects up a new accessory for their grab pack. This new add-on is a flare gun of sorts, complete with a counter displaying how many rounds are left in the chamber. It seems as though we will use these flares to repel various smiling critters who stand in our way. Various shots within this trailer showcase this new mechanic. We can see both Catnap and Dog Day scuttling away after a flare is fired toward their position. Speaking of Catnap, we finally get a good look at him during the closing moments of this trailer. We do catch brief glimpses of the elasticated feline slinking about before his full reveal, and it seems Catnap will be something of a constant threat throughout the chapter, appearing in each area to stalk us as we explore uncharted territory. We can see Catnap is incredibly tall, with long, slender limbs and an almost skeletal appearance, his eyes staring directly into our soul. There is also a childlike voiceover who tells us a little more about Catnap and his motivations. Let's listen to what this mystery child has to say.
Every shadow and every flickering light is a hiding spot. And when you're at your most vulnerable, he'll kill you. Playcare is his church, his hunting ground, whatever he wants it to be.
The child's words reinforce what we had previously speculated, that Catnap is in control down here, and this place is his church, a domain where the other experiments either obey or are branded as heretics and punished accordingly. Much like a cat, Catnap enjoys stalking his prey and then pouncing when they are at their most vulnerable. But just who is the mysterious voice? Could it belong to a child survivor? A kid who managed to perhaps disguise themselves as a fellow mascot and go under the radar in the wake of the Hour of Joy? Or is this simply another mascot experiment, one able to talk and converse with the player, helping to guide them through the playcare? It doesn't quite sound like Poppy, at least not to me, so we'll just have to wait and see who this mystery voice actually belongs to. Catnap breathes out red smoke from his mouth, causing the player to hallucinate nightmarish visions, and this explains the appearance of another new enemy in the trailer, a distorted, nightmarish version of Huggy Wuggy. Now, while this could be a twisted, failed experiment made before the version of Huggy we previously encountered and now locked away in the depths of a facility, I instead believe this is simply a hallucination caused by exposure to the red smoke. It seems if we stay in the smoke for too long, without the gas mask to protect us, then this nightmare version of Huggy will appear and chase us down. But there is one more enemy spotted in the trailer, an enemy shrouded in darkness and only shown for a brief moment. This new character seems to be female, or at least feminine in build. They have what appears to be insect-like antennae poking from their head, and wear a long dress. My current theory is that this character is a mascot designed to oversee the playcare, and seeing as this shot takes place in the schoolhouse, may well be a teacher-like figure who once schooled the orphans. In fact, they may be the crudely sketched character on this drawing from an earlier trailer, someone of great significance to this place. It's also interesting to note that it seems like this teacher only moves when the lights briefly go out. During this shot, which seems to take place in the Home Sweet Home entrance hall, we see a familiar sight to the left of the frame. A box that looks suspiciously close to that of Boxy Boo, a character first introduced in multiplayer spin-off game Project Playtime. So could we see Boxy make an appearance as an enemy in Chapter 3? I'm not so sure, but it is possible. At the end of the trailer, we hear a series of bone-chilling, distorted, childlike cries. Could these be the sounds of Catnap himself, or simply used in the trailer to suggest the horrifying things Playtime Co. did to the unfortunate orphans now trapped within these mascot experiments? These cries are then followed by the voice of a mysterious narrator. I believe this voice belongs to a scientist, one either still alive who will communicate with us by the previously teased telephone, or perhaps someone long dead who has left a voice recording for us to listen to upon our arrival. Take a listen.
All that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors, smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic. This world is theirs now. Welcome home.
As well as mentioning the unspeakable horrors that await us as we explore the depths of a factory, this voice speaks the line, "Welcome home." This is interesting, as you will remember that Mommy Longlegs also referenced that the protagonist used to work at the Playtime Co. factory.
But you worked here, so if anyone deserves to die alone, it's you.
So either we were a worker, or perhaps even a child experiment, one who managed to escape and has now returned, drawn back to our old home. These are questions we can finally expect to be answered during the events of Chapter 3. Let's briefly take a look at some of the new puzzles we'll be scratching our heads over during Chapter 3. The power connection puzzles are back, but there's also new variants of these, such as this one, where we must use rotating deflectors to correctly line up the current from point to point. While doing so, we enter a new perspective, one with an aiming reticle on the screen. We see the purple hand in action too, which works as a way to spring the player high up into the air, allowing us to leap huge distances. There are also puzzles that involve powering up generators with power cells, and even a toy race car as shown here, used to smash down a gated door. Finally, we have the much discussed Hour of Joy, which I think we can all agree wasn't particularly joyful, at least not for the human residents of Playtime Co. The Hour of Joy seems to be the moment of proverbial impact, the point of origin for everything that went down at the old toy factory, when the Bigger Bodies experiments went rogue and began feasting on humans and toys alike, rampaging around and plunging the facility into a nightmarish hellscape. We can hear dialogue from Poppy herself, who says the following.
I want to know what happened and why. This is your answer.
This dialogue is accompanied by a shot of a blood-stained VHS tape with the title, The Hour of Joy. It seems this lore-heavy video will explain exactly what caused the outbreak. My current theory is that it relates to both Catnap and the prototype, as we know the prototype held great influence over Catnap due to Theodore's bond to Experiment 1006 before his accident. Perhaps the prototype had Catnap release a high dosage of red smoke, sending the other mascots into a kill-happy hysteria as they lost all control and ended up murdering everything in their sight. This is kind of telegraphed in the Smiling Critters cartoon teaser, and may be foreshadowing story events to be told during Chapter 3. But with that, we come to the end of this breakdown for the latest and final trailer for Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. It's been a long road, but the end is finally in sight, and in just a few short days we will finally get to experience the nightmarish masterpiece Mob Entertainment has been cooking up. I will of course be covering Chapter 3 with a full playthrough and a series of lore-based deep dives, so be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications to experience the game with me the moment it drops. For now, let me know what you think of this new trailer and my analysis of it in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.